We are so nice to have you here in Harmonia Wellness Center in Craiova. You are for the first time here.
It's the first time for me to be in Craiova, and yeah, I'm really excited to take part in the classes, and looking forward for it.
We are prepared for the yoga class that you teach us this evening and tomorrow evening.
Absolutely.
What kind of yoga?
So today I'm more focusing on somatic movement flow. When I talk about the somatic movement flow, and that's what the real yoga is, more focusing on the internal experience rather than more focusing on the external, and how your breath is affecting your movement and your awareness in particular movement or in particular posture, and all your sensations. You just need to keep observing all the sensations, whatever the sensations that could be. It could be pleasant or it could be unpleasant. It's all about observing the sensations in the posture at that moment, and combining everything put together, and that's what we call the somatic movement flow.
And with this kind of practice, it's okay for everyone?
It is it is absolutely good for everyone, these practices. So when we have a lot of yoga practices these days, you call hatha yoga, you call ashtanga, you call vinyasa. So when you break it down, so what happens in hatha is basic classical yoga, which is this practice is for everyone. Whether you're a beginner, you're an advanced practitioner, this is for everyone. When you go a little ahead, then we have called the Ashtanga. Ashtanga is a little more challenging, more of jumping into each postures. So that needs more power, and people who have little ailments, it gets a little challenging for them to do. So when
it's better
always
to start
with the Hatha Yoga.
Classical
Hatha Yoga. You practice Hatha Yoga for a prescribed amount of time, and when you think that your body is ready, and then you can go to the next level with, you can, if you want to choose Ashtanga, if you want to choose Vinyasa, you can always go around and try the other styles of yoga. So when it comes to a somatic movement flow, it is taken from the Hatha Yoga concept. It is Hatha Yoga where we focus, as I said, we focus more on the internal experience. It's slow.
It's actually Hatha Yoga, slow. And with a deeper focus.
Deeper focus on the breath, deeper focus on the sensations, and also it is an understanding. They themselves will understand which muscle that I'm really using at that particular pose. So that understanding, so we give it to the students by making them to hold the pose for the prescribed amount of the time.
To actually feel the body.
To feel the body, rather than moving from pose to pose pretty quickly. You make them to hold for the prescribed amount of the time, so that they get a chance to understand how to regulate the breath, and also they get a chance to go a little more deeper into the pose. As you breathe in, you go more deeper into the pose,
and once you are connection with the body.
More connection with the body, and as you go more deeper into the body, and that's where you start to feel all the sensations of the body.
And if you stay long in the position, the benefits are
much better,
because the energy is increasing time after time.
Absolutely. So you are getting a chance to understand your own body better, your own breath better, and the sensations and the awareness of your own body. And I would always say that body is your vehicle for your inner transformation. When you talk about yoga, for example, for me, if you ask me what yoga is, I would say simply,
what yoga is for you?
I would simply say, for me, yoga is all about awareness. That awareness starts from your body, and then it can go deeper into like, you know, awareness of your mind, awareness of your own thoughts, awareness of your own actions and intentions. Everything.
But it's more easier to start with the body.
Most easier to start with the body, and that's the starting point. You start with your body, and then you do not stop it there itself. Yeah, do not stop it there. You need to go deeper into it, and that's what the essence of yoga is. Not the body, right? The essence of yoga is not the exercise. Yeah,
this is important.
It is important
to discuss about, because there is also this conception to stop at the body.
Yeah.
Because yes, the body is feeling well after the practice, but it's not the essence.
And then at the back end, I was doing my research. You know, being a researcher, I'm trying to understand, you know, what is yoga, why it gives so much, you know, that energy to your
What's
body.
happening? Scientific.
Yes, I'm trying to get the scientific evidence. You know, why not the other forms of exercise, but why this is also an exercise, but why this is a little different from other forms of an exercise. I was trying to get some scientific evidences and everything, and yeah, in the whole process, I've totally fallen in the concept of yoga. I've totally fallen in love with the concept of yoga. And then I decided that, you know, I want to go a little more deeper to understand this. Yeah, I just don't want to do 1 or 2 classes here or there, but I really want to go more deeper into the full philosophy of yoga. Yeah, and that is the main reason that I've chosen to stay in an ashram to learn yoga. Yeah.
And then you go stay in the ashram.
I went to the ashram. I stayed in the ashram for 1 month, and I did my teacher training course. That was my first teacher training course. And once I'm done with my teacher training course, there was a lot of, you know, I was not really happy, because in just 1 month I become a teacher. I was not so happy because, you know, the knowledge that I was not satisfied with the knowledge that I gained. I also got to know that if I want to teach, I guess 1 month of studying yoga doesn't give you enough. And that's where I decided that I want to come back to the ashram, and I want to stay there for as much as I can. And I gave myself a 1-year period. And I packed my bags, and again I went back to the ashram, and I stayed there for 1 full year, indulging in yoga. And when I say yoga, more indulging in the philosophy behind the yoga. Yeah, I was practicing, I was teaching, and I was learning. And I would say a lot of, you know, the unlearning and relearning about life that happened to me in the ashram in that 1 year period. And then I came out, and then I started traveling and teaching across. Yeah. The rest is all history.
And then you are here in Romania.
Yeah, and here I am here in front of
And we are so glad to have you here for those 2 days.
Yeah, thank you. It's always my pleasure to go to different places and, you know, share my knowledge. It's always a pleasure. Let's try the same thing with the left. You try to get all these qualities in you, and then try the same thing with the left. Feel it. Feel your body. Remember the story. You are the storyteller. Hold fire. Like this. Straight down. And this is what I call clipe, right? Right? Yeah, you know that. Now it's correct, right? Now it's correct. Now look at my head. Look at my head. You know? Look forward. Always try to look forward. There's nothing down. Always try to look forward. Then comes knees. pull the kneecaps in. Squeeze your buttocks. Squeeze your buttocks. And that's the